happening, everybody? I'm back as me, resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, and I'm here with my review for Supacell on Netflix. If you have not seen this series yet, come on back, because there will be spoilers. Again, we're doing this whole late thing, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't know what to expect. Look, we're going to get, let me say this out the gate, we're going to get a lot of superhero-esque shows. Superhero, whether you like it or not, whether you want to say it's killing this or killing that, superhero is a genre that is here to stay. We are going to see it in so many different ways, in so many different forms. We have seen it before. We are going to see it more prevalently now. So when I say that, that's what this is about. A group of individuals who find out they have a Supacell, which shouts out to it taking place in London. You realize that the trait is based in those who have somebody has sickle cell in the family. Now, for those who don't know, sickle cell anemia is a disease that affects primarily black people. It is something many family members have. You do not typically pass it down. Sometimes it skips a generation. I have known people who have died because of what this disease does, and what it is. Your cells are shaped like a sickle, and so it is very complex in things. And so, but the story being, one dude figures out what's going on. He travels in time. He realizes he needs to help with these other individuals. He has to grab them together. And they all live different lives. One of the dudes who can become a ghost called Supacell is, he becomes invisible. There's a dude, Andre, he's going to be super strong. Of course, he's always going to be a super strong person. There's a girl, Sabina, I think her name is, Sabrina, and she can move shit with her mind, and she's telekinetic, and, she can fly technically because she can move stuff with her mind. But you see there's so many different people throughout this. There's Rodney, who's super fast. But these common traits that they have. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it. I will say this. So I was listening to, I have one of the homies, Travis J. He plays John on the show. Met him through Netflix's Joke Festival, who I met through my homegirl, London Hughes, who is from London. And London was very profound and very outspoken on Instagram about this series. She was like, all black Brits are not like this as far as the hood thing, like the black Brit gangs, et cetera, et cetera. She said they make it seem like black Brit boys, all they do is just want to stab each other and be this way, and that's not how it is. And I agree, you want better representation. I say this as a black American dude. I say this as a black dude from the south side of Chicago, because of what's on the news is what people think Chicago all around is about, and it is not. I always tell people this day and age consistently. Are things bad sometimes in Chicago? Yes. I won't deny that. But can you walk down the street and live your life and just walk everywhere? Do you have to look around behind your back and over your shoulder everywhere you go? No. Also, it was way worse in the 90s. Way worse. That's because social media wasn't around. Like, you didn't hear about it. That's what makes a lot of things more seemingly violent and graphic, et cetera, et cetera. But I digress. She had a lot of pushback on it, and she caught a lot of pushback about it. I will say this. I've never heard so much. I like the fact that I like the fact they kept the music centralized to Londoners, to Britain. You heard a lot of British hip hop. Now, I will say this. I don't want to hear another British trap song in my fucking life. I don't want to hear the word the ops. The ops. The ops. It feel like your chest just bounced when you say it. But it was a 6-episode series, and I saw one of my buddies made a statement on this too, and I want to make sure I bring this up. I think it was my buddy Keon Poley. He said, yo, when they cast this thing, did they make sure they cast everybody who was fine as fuck? Every single woman in this show is absolutely beautiful. Sabrina, her sister Shar, Dion, all the women that are a part of this are just beautiful. And it's like, I know you want, I want some regular people with regular life sometimes, but it is what it is. Like I said, I think the story for this was great. The one thing I did not like, and I think a lot of people can agree to this, it was too short. As soon as it starts getting real good, episode 6 is happening and it's done. You see this corporation has been kidnapping people under the guise of sickle cell research, testing on them and stuff like that. And it's there is this thing about private organizations and government research and secret things, and I know a lot of people will say, well, that's just science fiction and things like that. But history has shown things like this have happened. Now, not to this extent, probably, but you know, you never know what it is. I just like the fact that you saw so much. The people you didn't think would have abilities have abilities. How everything connects, of course, it's kind of given. But the story of one dude trying to get people to realize they have a purpose to come together, who live 5 different lives and to stop a greater good and things like that. And I get all that. Like I said, I just wish it was a little bit longer. I wish it was a little bit longer. The story of Michael, everything he does to try to protect his girl from dying because he sees her. He goes to the future and sees her gravestone with him, with his future self, which automatically, this look. I don't know the rules of time travel. I don't know the Back to the Future rules. I think Tony Stark told us it was bullshit in Avengers Endgame because he was talking to his future self. His future self showed what happens. And he was like, yo, you can try to prevent this. And he kept trying to prevent it. So I'm like, okay, cool. Then also I'm wondering about like with Barry in Flashpoint and him fucking up the timeline. And so I'm trying to think of all these scenarios. I'm like, all right, cool. We're just going to make the rules as they go along, which is fine. And I think that is great because there are no rules to time travel because we don't know if time travel is real. We can assume, we can hypothesize, we can do all these different things, but we don't have any solid evidentiary proof that it's real. Can we all agree on that? So we don't know what the rules are. We don't know what the butterfly effect is to it. You know, all these different things, all these different movies and TV shows that have given us time travel and references and things like that. So, you know, that's what that is. But overall, for 6 episodes, man, you'll get into it. You'll be wrapped in real quick. And then when it's done, you'll be like, wait, what? And I think that's because you want to give, you know, when the creators of the show made the show, you know, like, all right, let's see what happens. And Netflix picks it up. Then you do 6 episodes. You're waiting to see what the reception is going to be on it. And so I hope it's enough to warrant a second season. I mean, there's seemingly a great story there that can build upon it. You see that these people are, these abilities are more than just there. And I don't know if it's just contained to London. If people's abilities are all across the world, whatnot. But everything is based in London. So to see the hood of London, as they showed it, the hood, yo, there's no one definition of what the hood is, right? Because the hood in London looks different from the hood in, now, of course, different countries, I understand. But let me go to the hoods in the United States. The hood in Chicago looks different than the hood in Houston, looks different than the hood in New Orleans, looks different than the hood in LA. It just is what it is. To see a lot more culture, you know, just to understand a few things, and again, to hear about the ops is a thing for me. But I want to know if you've seen this, if you've watched it, what you thought about it down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, click on the notification bell. Now, let's keep this civil, man. We're talking about a TV show. Let me know what you thought about it if you saw it. If you want to send a super thanks, please. They're always welcome. They help me to continue to grow. I'm going to get more content out here. If I can get the super thanks, honestly, are helping me to get a new camera, new lighting equipment, new mics to better expand what I do and how I bring you all content and stuff like that. So your support, I give right back to you, and I thank you all immensely. Follow me on OnlyFans. Yep, that's going to be a thing I say in every fucking video from now on. I'm on OnlyFans. This is to my male and female viewers. I don't give a shit. OnlyFans.com/Mr. J Washington. Yes, I have a lot of stand-up clips. If you ever saw Blurs After Dark, if you ever saw those episodes when we had me and the Swaggy Blur, Winston A. Marshall, had them live, you know that once Blurs After Dark was done, it was done. We took the episodes down. They didn't live anywhere else. Those episodes will live on my OnlyFans. Winston and I have discussed it. So if you want to see those, you have to subscribe to my OnlyFans, and they are $5 to view. Just $5. You can view those OnlyFans. You can view those OnlyFans. Excuse me. View those on OnlyFans. All right. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram, Mr. J Washington. Holla at y'all later.